So today we have a wide open field here that a lot of monsters are going to pass through, so we need to defend. And we're defending this base camp right here. We have a little bit of juice to start with each wave, and yes, it is actually juice. So we can set up some defenses around here, like a slowing effect right here, and then probably just a regular turret right here, so that it'll blame blast them when they come through there. And then we just pump the juice. Interesting term there. But then they're gonna very quickly make their way through, so that's why we have the slowing effect. And they all get bunched together here, so our turret will shoot at them, and our base camp is shooting at them too. They are getting a little close and dealing slight damage, but not very much. So we should be okay here. We just need to wait for all of them to come through, and this should be the last group right here. So once we take care of all of them, the wave is done. There's 40 coming the next wave. So we probably need something that can take care of a lot of enemies. Like this cannon here, also pointed at the slowing area. We don't have much to work with right now, but eventually we'll be able to expand to all these different points. And they are already grouped up pretty tightly right there. Sadly, I can't attack them myself, but all of our turrets should be able to do the trick, especially with the cannon just hitting all of them at once and missing that group entirely. But it'll get the next one very nicely, and okay, we are taking a little bit more damage, but we'll be okay. We could also probably place down more towers while the wave is going on to make this a little easier for ourselves. There we go. Double turret defense. And this is working much better. It's working well enough that, wait, is this coming from a different area? It is coming from a different area. Thankfully, they all whittled down through this choke point here, so we should be able to do the same thing that we just did. So we can start that, and then once we get enough juice in our system, we can get this juicer here. That should give us extra resources to work with each wave. But it'll start from the next one, and they are attacking it right now. Well, that's rude. As long as it's not my base camp, I guess it's okay. And all these enemies are pretty light, but they are also dealing damage to the thing constantly, so I'm not a fan of that. Need to get rid of all of them. Thankfully we did, and it rejuvenates itself. And now the enemies are starting to split, and we don't have a lot of juice to work with right now. But since the largest group is coming from down there, I think we can set up a turret in this middle lane here, since that's what they seem to pass through. And then we're gonna get 23 juice the next wave. Whoever said juicing was bad. So we're damaging them slightly as they pass through the middle there, which means they're easier to deal with up here. But that's also just a large amount of them that's attacking the juicer right there. That's so rude. I think I need a stronger tower right here. So how about a sniper with massive range? And oh yes, very good. Dealing massive damage. So we should hopefully keep this thing safe. But that is also a very long cooldown. But that's okay because it's still alive. Oh, just barely. We need way more defenses. Oh, and we have two enemies coming from down there too. Our snipers should see them first. So the biggest thing I think we're struggling with is that they have too much health when they get through here. So we should set up more turrets on this choke point over here. But they also group up pretty well, so I would like a cannon, but we don't have those yet. So we can start the wave, and then we're gonna get enough juice in just a second. There we go, for a cannon right there. That should help. Oh, with that big group right there especially. I like that. And then right over here, we can get a slowdown through the middle, so that should help that, but uh-oh. They're all there, but we're good. And now we have an obelisk to go through. Woo! But the sniper did massive damage to it. I like that. So it's good that we have a single target massive damage tower, and that's all the juice pumped. So the wave should be ending pretty soon here, and the tower can hopefully get rid of you. Woo! Yes. Okay, everything is working very nicely. I didn't even recognize what enemies came from down here. I'm just worried about the masses coming through over here. And over in this lane, I think I would like to see another slowdown tower in this choke point, because the more enemies are grouped together, the easier time our cannons are gonna have. So we'll start the next wave, and then, okay, so the obelisk came from down there. That's good to know. And sure enough, the slowing is grouping up all the enemies nicely for the cannons. That's the goal, and it's working very well. And hopefully the sniper tower focuses on the obelisk, but it seems to just focus on the nearest enemy. That's okay, we have plenty of other towers to take out the risks close to the juicer, and we do have a lot of juice to do with right now. So maybe another sniper tower on this short path here. Uh-oh, they got rid of the juicer. Well, that's just rude. Now they're attacking my main base. That's okay. Every tower is working together, so our base is gonna survive, and it regenerates, and thankfully the juicer does as well. Okay, but now we just have 12 enemies coming from up here. That's not a great sign. We should probably boost this path then, with turrets that can cover the whole lane. So a cannon right here, and then a slowdown right at the beginning. Thankfully, it doesn't get targeted by monsters. And then right up here, we can set down a turret. Am I putting all my eggs in one basket? Definitely. But I think it's gonna be worth it because whoa, what are you guys? Well, you're just weird little skitterbugs, aren't ya? Only in groups of 2, but they're also not taking that much damage. So we definitely need the sniper tower to pick up the pace. And thankfully, they are all just getting decimated by the time they reach my little alcove here. But I feel like I would like another sniper pointed in this area. So let's get one right over here. It should reach around this rock. And thankfully, it is taking out the big health things of this in one go. I like this, and there's 2 of them. So hopefully they don't interfere with each other and take each other's targets. But that worked out pretty well. Okay, that's 80 enemies down the middle here. Yikes. And only 1 over there, so that's probably another obelisk. So let's do the slowing down thing right at the beginning. I think they'll benefit from going through all of that. Yep, so they're all grouped up, and then all the other towers can take them out. That should be beneficial for us. And then probably getting another cannon tower right here so it can hit all those groups. Yes, and these are low health enemies too. We seem to be doing very well here. Our juicer is taking quite a bit of damage, but the enemies are not doing damage for very long either. And also we have all the juice from this wave, so the juicer can go down if it wants to. Oh, that's a ball. We are straight up being attacked by a ball here. So the snipers should definitely focus on that. And thankfully they do. Okay, that was going straight for home base. That's not good. And is that meaning there's gonna be 4 of them now? Oh, I don't like that. Should I get another sniper over here? I can afford it. But there's 180 things coming through this portal now. That's some yikes energy right there. Maybe I should just get 2 turrets pointed right at the entrance here. Oh, or maybe just 1 is needed. That turret's actually doing pretty well. And the cannon's helping with that. Okay, we're gonna be good there. That's fine. What I probably want though, since the strong enemies are coming from over here, is another sniper. And thankfully I can afford it if I put it down. No, that was the wrong thing! Oh, I just messed up my plans. And I can't get rid of it either. That's the annoying part. You are a failure and I don't like you. Oh, what do we have down here? We can get another juicer. Ooh, I like this idea. And then, okay, lots of enemies going for it. That might have been a mistake. Wow, but at least it's a decoy, which also gives a slowdown thing something to do, so yay. Okay, but the big ball is reaching home base and it is dealing some damage. That's actually a lot of damage. I don't appreciate that. Oh, but hey, we completed the world. So we collect these crystals here and then jump into the rift that sucks us through and then yeets us out on the other side. And so we can bring our crystals down here where we unlock the sniper to unlock an obelisk. Loads of health, so it'll tank hits from monsters. I like this. So then we can go to the next level and try out the new towers. Hopefully it works just as well, because the enemies should probably be tougher. But I wonder, instead of a slow point right here, if this is where we put the obelisk, then we can probably group a lot of enemies right here. Sadly, we don't have enough juice for the explosive cannon tower, but a turret tower right here should probably reach them. I hope so anyway, because it can't really go anywhere else. But we'll try this. And they're coming up down the middle here, and oh, it's a bunch of little sluggy boys. Some leech things. And they're walking right up to the obelisk and attacking it just like I wanted them to. Beautiful. And thankfully they don't have a lot of health, but there is a lot of them. It also seems like they're losing a little bit of health from attacking the obelisk. Interesting. And now we have more coming through, and also a few enemies up top, but the cannon up here can also reach the obelisk. So this is just gonna be a big old destruction ground right here that I probably shouldn't stand in, even though they don't do anything to me. It's just the idea. They go marching in a line, one by one, hurrah. And then, okay, the cannon actually wasn't detonating on them, but also these guys just don't even care about the obelisk, it seems like. And they just go straight for the base. Very interesting. But also looks like the tower is thankfully, the turret rather, is thankfully keeping up with all the enemies right there. And now the cannon gets involved. That was so much better. And since the guys up here don't really attack the tower, let's set up a turret along the track so we can weaken them before they get to the main hub area. Oh, but instead the worms go up there. Okay, and then they're attacking this turret. That did not work very well. They are still pretty weak, so we do take them out quickly here, but I thought they would continue down the bottom path here. And now those guys just go up to the base uninterrupted. That is not what I wanted at all. So what we probably need is another turret protecting the base. And it's just 64 enemies down the bottom here. If it stays as the worms, then we should have no problem with this. Except, of course, when they go out the path. Oh, and it's more than just worms. Lovely. It's whatever those floating things are that do way more damage to the towers. Oh my goodness. Okay, we probably need a sniper then up here to take care of them a lot faster, if it even attacks them. Okay, but now the obelisk is down, and then all the other towers are going down. Okay, wow. Wow, this is ramping up very quickly. Yikes. Okay, so this is not as easy as last time. Well, that was the same level anyway, so maybe we just ignore that and then move up here and see what else there is. A big staircase and... oh, so many more portals, oh my goodness. And that seems to be the end of the demo. Well, maybe we can have another crack at the danger that's in here, but we can save that for another video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video of Rift Raff, or Rift Riff, rather. If you guys want to see me try that level again, then be sure to let me know. And if you have strategies that you can think of, then be sure to share them too, because my brain isn't big enough for that. Thank you guys very much for watching, and sub to Intern. And I want to thank the channel members, including Bread, Corby Farm, Dakota, Donamoto, Devion X, Lucas, Ancient Elixir, Matthew, Hateful Harold, Peggy Sue, Drew Belong, Angel, Lily Bites, The Miner Within, DeGarrity, Sands, V, Isaac, Killer Squad, Mousy Mouse, and Nicholas.